one of the most important parts of niche research is knowing how to actually validate niches and to make sure that the competition is low whilst there's a lot of interest. So in this video, I'm going to show you many different ways of how to actually analyze niches during your research to find which ones you should actually create designs for. But to show you these methods, we first of all need to actually answer the question of what defines a good niche. And to make this easier for you, I've come up with a framework which I'm going to call the fishing lake analogy. So basically, in this analogy, we've got three components. We've got the lake itself, which is essentially the niche or the search term that you've entered into Merch by Amazon. Then we've got the fish. The fish symbolize the customers, or in our case, we often focus on the BSR numbers. So if there's a lot of t-shirts with low BSRs, then that means there's a lot of customers and a lot of potential within this search phrase or within this lake. And then the third component that we're going to focus on is the fisher. This symbolizes the competition in this niche or the amount of search results. Because if there's lots of search results, there's lots of fishers already at this lake that are trying to catch the fish. And to further explain the fishing lake analogy, I've created 4 examples of very common niches that you're going to see during your research process. So the first one, and also the worst type of niche, is the one where you've got a lake with a very small amount of fish, meaning not many t-shirts with low BSRs or any BSRs for that matter, and you have a lot of fishers at this lake. What does this lake symbolize? It means a massive niche, let's say 10,000 search results. Even just looking through the first page, you barely see any t-shirts selling well. So this is a niche that you just want to ignore. There's no potential here, there's barely any customers, and there's also way too much competition or search results. The next best niche, which is still not great, is a lake that is completely filled with fish. There's lots of potential, lots of customers, but the lake is also crowded with fishes around it, so the competition is really high. This could be a niche like gaming, for example, which has tons of search results, right? It also gets tons of sales, so there is potential here to get sales. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is very unlikely considering that there's so many fisher. You'll struggle to find a spot at this lake, and even though there's lots of fish, if you can't get a spot, you're not going to catch any fish. Moving on to the third lake, we've got the good niche. In this lake, there is a small amount of fish. There's not that many t-shirts with low BSRs. However, there is also a small amount fishers. So the niche that you have to imagine here is, let's say it has 700 search results on Amazon. You see some t-shirts with good BSRs, but also some with no BSR. But considering that there's so low competition, it is one that you might want to create designs for. So this one, not many fishers, not many fish, but if you join this lake, you still have some potential to actually catch something. And the last lake for this example is the perfect one. This is sort of the dream niche, golden niche example, which is very rare to find, but if you find one, then you've done well. Because at this lake, we've got tons and tons of fish, loads of t-shirts with low BSRs essentially, and there's hardly any fishers. This is what you want to get as close as possible to. It's going to be hard, but you don't need to find these sorts of niches every single day to succeed at print on demand. So essentially, this would be a niche with less than 1,000 search results and lots of shirts selling decent BSRs, meaning sort of between 100,000 and 1 million, I would say, are good BSRs. Yeah, so in this case, obviously there's not many fish, there's low competition, not many search results, but there's a lot of customers, so the potential is really high to easily get sales here. So to give you some practical examples of how I would go about validating niches and checking for competition, we're going to start off on Merch Research, which is a free website that you can use. It will be linked in the description, and you just type in your keyword or your niche in here and then hit search, and that's going to bring back the results on Amazon, and it's going to filter out all of the Merch by Amazon t-shirts. So first of all, in the gaming search phrase, we can already see that it says 4,000 results, which is quite a lot. This is before we delete minus keywords orca from the link, which usually when you delete that will make the results go up. So this has changed from 4,000 to 10,000 results for gaming. And if we scroll through the first page, you can see there is a lot of t-shirts and even hoodies that are doing really well, have really low BSRs, which means, yes, there is a lot of customers, there's a lot of potential here in terms of lots of stuff selling, getting sales, but the search results are just so high, right? So it's essentially the second example of lakes that I showed you, where there's a lot of fish, but also a lot of fishermen. And if we go to the bottom and go to page 3, which is another extra step that you might want to take, then the results change to 60,000. I don't always really believe this page 3 theory, because on some small niches it suddenly jumps up to 60,000 and it doesn't make much sense, because the niches are like really small on Redbubble or TeePublic, and then on Amazon it says 60,000 on page 3. So yeah, I don't always believe that, but it's still an extra step to get a better idea in some cases. So yeah, this is a massive niche gaming, obviously. I just wanted to show it as an example. And next up, we're going to check PC gaming, which is a sub-niche of gaming itself. First of all, we can see 394 results, quite a lot lower. But if we delete -keywords orca, what do we get? We get 800 results, so still decent. Looking through the first page, there is a few hoodies, t-shirts with good BSRs, WASD, that's got a really good BSR. That's definitely a PC gaming t-shirt. So there is some potential here in terms of quite a lot of fish and not too many fishermen. Let's go to page 3 as well, and the results haven't suddenly jumped up, so that's a pretty good start. If we now take this search term PC gaming and go a step further into Merch Informer's competition checker, which is over here on the left hand side, you can see I already searched for gaming and it gave me a total score of F. These rankings go from F to A, so A being the best, F being the worst. It sort of identifies how many products there are online and how many of them have a BSR, and based on that it gives you a score of how good the niche may be. So if we type in PC gaming and hit search, and you can do this for all of your niches that you find just to get a better idea of how good it is. This is not always going to be like 100% accurate. Just because you good ranking doesn't mean you're going to get lots of sales, but it gives you a better idea. And I'll show you a second tool in a minute here that will also give you a score, a niche rating. And if you use a combination of all of these methods and get sort of decent results in all of them, then you found yourself a good niche to enter, in my opinion. So these are all just indicators, right? They're never for sure, but PC gaming gets an A, which is the best score, really good indication right there. 1,059 products online and 75 of them have a BSR. So there's enough interest and relatively low results, relatively low competition for Merch Informer to rank this as an A. But let's go a step further into flying research. On the left hand side in the research tab, you can see the niche analysis tab. That's the one I've clicked on. Over here, when you type in your niche and hit search, it will do the same thing Merch Informer does. It gives you a score, but it gives you a lot more details and data to analyze the niche further. So in this case, we got a score of B, which sounds amazing, but it's not the second highest. If you click this little information icon, it shows you the explanations. B is potential. So there is potential here, like we already guessed from a previous sort of research. D is no interest, so that's the worst ranking. C, little interest, and it goes all the way up to S+, which I've never seen before, but that means you should definitely try this niche. B, I think, is a good rating. It's definitely worth looking further into still. So the combination of them, we've got B here, we've got an A in Merch Informer, and our free research with the Merch Research website also indicated that the niche has potential. We can see the average BSR within this niche, what the top 3 have in terms of an average, top 10, top 100, the average reviews, the review count. So all of these data points may help you out with analyzing your niche. Flying Research tells you how many strong sellers there are. So obviously the higher this number, the better in the sense if it's a small niche. But also the more sort of strong sellers there are, the harder it will also be to break into like a high sales amount, because there's already established designs that are doing well in terms of your competition. Shows you how many designs there are with a BSR, so 68% in this niche. And you might be wondering why this says 92 out of 134, because we did see there is more than 134 results. But Flying Research, or any research tool for that matter, can't index or store all of the t-shirts on merch for Amazon. If they did that, it would be way too expensive, because there is just way too many too many t-shirts out there. But even if you analyze a fraction of a niche, that will still help you get an idea. If you want a more accurate resemblance and more accurate statistics, you can use the real-time research tab. That essentially gives you similar statistics, but it scrapes the search results at this very moment, and you get more than 100 search results for the PC gaming niche in that tab. Just as a quick hint, you get some more niche details right here. This shows you when the interest is highest. It's usually between October and January. If we look at the graph right here, is when it spikes, which is obviously Q4 Christmas sales. You can change this to seller ranks, which might be quite useful because it shows you the different categories. And you can compare, for example, boys novelty t-shirts to girls novelty t-shirts. These have a very similar average BSR, so both boys and girls have the same sort of amount of t-shirts selling in this niche. If you see one of these massively different than the other, that's an indication that you should maybe design t-shirts for boys or for girls. It also shows you the number of designs in each category. Another example here would be that women's novelty t-shirts has a way lower average BSR than the men's novelty t-shirts within the PC gaming niche, which means there might be more potential to create a design aimed at women than at men. I don't know for sure, but these definitely give you a good indication of what to design or who to design for. You also get some more statistics here that show you the distribution of different factors. So BSR distribution is what we see first, meaning how many designs in this niche have a BSR between 100k and 500k, relatively speaking to the other ones. And you will often see that 1 million or over 1 million has the most distribution, so most shirts have a BSR above 1 million. But if these bars are more even and you actually see quite a lot of sort of space being filled up by these bars over here with the lower BSRs, that is once again a great indicator that the niche is really hot and there's lots of potential. You can do the same for sales, right? So most t-shirts are getting 1, 2 or 3 sales. Reviews, so there is shirts with 54 results, but most of them have a very low review count. Price, same thing. See the price distribution, usually most of it is stacked around the 20 mark, $19.99 obviously, but there's also quite a few cheaply priced t-shirts in this niche. You see keywords within these listings, Google suggestions, Amazon suggestions, all very interesting to use in your listings if you were to enter this niche. So I think you get the idea. This gives you way more statistics to further analyze the niches that you found and help you validate whether it's worth entering and creating designs for. So I've showed you a combination of different ways to validate niches here, because maybe one of them works better for you than the other, or you prefer merchant format to flying research, or maybe you just get on well with the free way of validating niches. It's just up to you. I personally like to use a combination of different ones to feel more reassured of what niche to actually enter. But you don't always have to stress over finding the perfect niche. If you sit down for an hour of research and you don't find one that has a B rating, you only find ones that have, let's say, a C rating, don't beat yourself up over it. Just enter one of them. Just enter one of them that looks most interesting to you, and you can still get sales. It's not impossible. As long as you cross niche and sub niche further, there's definitely still potential to get sales. It's not the end of the world if you enter some higher competition niches or lakes with more fishes around them. Don't worry about it. You can still manage to catch some fish, especially during Q4. If you do want to check out any of these tools, if you want to try them out, they will be all linked in the description, as well as the merge research tab that you can use for free. So now that you know how to find niches with low competition, how do you actually create designs for them that sell? That's something that I go over in this video, so make sure to check that out, because it's going to help you increase your sales massively and have more success with your designs.